Hi, here's an update on a project that I've been trying to figure out for quite a while now. I thought I would get it done for um, the Dollhouse Curators Mayhem 25 challenge for May, but it's taken a while to work on it. But this is so much fun. And what the concept is a pop up dollhouse. It's all a book that you fold open and it turns into a dollhouse. And this is what I've got so far. I've been working on it slowly. I keep changing the layout and how the design works because making it in your head and then, make it in real life, a lot of things, need to get tweaked and stuff. But this is what I have so far. This is the living room area. And what I like about this is like the furniture that you make, some of it will be, 3D that folds down, everything folds down flat. But also you have these pieces that are literally just a facade. So you don't have to worry about um, the structure of it, how, if it's going to stand up or if it's going to be lopsided or anything like that, because it's literally just like a textured picture. So that's my little console table next to my front door, which, by the way, does work. So that's the front door that goes to the front space of the house. And I'm using lots of stickers because I wanted a way to use stickers that I find that are super cute. And I wanted to incorporate them into like a dollhouse, but I never knew how. And so doing this pop-up dollhouse lets me be able to use little different stickers that I see. This are a few pieces of stickers and a fastener. This is going to go onto the front of the door. So it'll be like my little doorknob. On the inside, I haven't decided quite what I wanted to put on there, but that's that. It has a little window with little stickers. I'll show you the other side as well, but these are some of the stickers that I purchased to go like on little tables, bookcases, little areas in the house. I've got these, just any like little stickers that I saw that I just have thought were really cute that would fit into this dollhouse. I've purchased. And then some of them, the scale's a little off, but I can still use them. And then this house is a 1/4 scale. And then I'm also working on I'll be working on a 1/6 scale one. So anything I don't use for this house, I can probably use for a different scale house. But I've always seen these stickers and just had the thought that, oh, I want to use them in a dollhouse because they would look so cute. You know how sometimes dollhouses have, even like an actual dollhouse will have like stickers on the back of the walls and stuff. You can always use this in an actual dollhouse to kind of put on, to redo the back walls of the dollhouse. So you can have something that looks 3D that isn't quite as big, so it saves space, or it just updates the little stickers that they do have inside the dollhouses. So I've got those to put through the dollhouse. Also bought a lot of these little picture frames to go, because I want a picture frame wall. So that's probably going to go in this area. I initially I have like calendars that I like the sceneries. So I was going to use a scenery as a background, but a lot of times they're not quite the right scale that I need. So on the back of the, like the last page or the back, it shows all the pictures together. So I figured I can use these for little photos or pictures to hang up on the wall. Now the only problem is with those is that they are a little bit small for the frames that I have. So either I will make different frames for that or make like a little mat to fit in them. They are an odd shape for some of these, but I think I might be able to pull it off where I just make a little mat around the picture to go inside the frame and then stick that onto the wall, my picture wall. So I'm gonna have pictures there, Probably have some pictures over here. And then I made a walkway going into this space, which I haven't decided if it's going to be a full-blown kitchen or like a dining area with like a little armoire or something with like plates and stuff in, but I do want like a seating area for eating over in here. I just haven't decided what I want in this dollhouse. I'm making this dollhouse. It's not like an actual house. It's more like rooms or sceneries that you can use for, play or taking pictures and stuff like that. This area back here, so I made a walkway to what I'm using as the bedroom. And this area so far is going to be her little vanity area. And I've constructed the bottom half of it, and I made a little chair. Now the chair doesn't fold down, but everything else folds flat. And I had it attached to a lot of the walls, but I realized I'm using recycled boxes, and they don't fold quite as flat as I thought they were. So in order to make this whole house close, I would have to put like maybe a 1/2 inch where I've constructed where it folds. It's just the width of the paper right now of the walls. But if I wanted to like incorporate all the pieces that I'm making, I would have to make it like fold. I don't know how to explain it, like a 1/2 inch and then fold so that it would have like a little gap in each page to accommodate the pieces that I'm making, because they aren't flat. These boxes don't fall. They don't fold flat. The trimming doesn't fold flat. So I would have to pull the whole house apart and redo that. So I'm contemplating on whether I want to do that or not. I don't really want to. So I probably will just not actually attach the pieces. Although if I would pull it apart and make that little 1/2 inch area in each page, then it would accommodate whatever furniture that I have attached to the walls that fold flat, if that makes any sense. I might do that for one of the other houses, like if I make another dollhouse. Thing about this is you can make as many books as you want. You can link them all together and have like a really big mansion. But for the mirror, I'm going to just use this scrapbook paper. A lot of this is just scrapbook paper or contact paper, or I've also used, contact paper, that stick-on wallpaper that you get from like the dollar store. That's what I've been using. The thing about that stuff is it's not repositionable on my poster board, so you have to really be careful when you place that. Contact paper is a little bit more forgiving. It kind of peels off and you can kind of reposition it. Like the scrapbook paper is a little more forgiving because what I use is a glue stick and you can kind of reposition it and, stuff. So some things, you kind of have some leeway with how you position it or how you can change it if you make a mistake or you change your mind. Some pieces is like once it's down unless you want to like try to rip it off or just start over. So some things you have to be very careful with. Now this is her bedroom area. So there's like a little walkway to the whatever the dining area is going to be. This is the bedroom area. And again, all these pieces like collapse flat, but I decided not to connect them to the wall just because I need that 1/2 inch space for everything to fit in without pulling the seams of the dollhouse apart. For this, I used a gift bag, those really pretty gift bags, and like one side's embossed, like the front side of it's kind of embossed, and then the other back part is just whatever it is. But I think these are so pretty, and the gift bags are beautiful. I got it from the dollar store, and the way this is made, again, I'm just recycling whatever boxes I have in my house, cover it with contact paper or whatever, and then everything folds flat. So if you see this, this is boxes, cover it with whatever you decide to cover it with, and then all these pieces just pop open. They pop open. And the way I've constructed it, it pops open. I designed it to actually go into, like, to attach it to the wall, and then the whole thing folds flat. Again, it folds, and it folds pretty flat, but I don't have, you see how thick this is after you fold it flat, especially with like the contact paper or whatever you add to it. It's not flat. That's about as flat as I can get it. So I would need that 1/2 inch space in each page just to accommodate whatever pieces that I put in there. So that's why I decided against like just attaching it. Had I, this is an experiment, so it's a work in progress. I know, constructing it ahead of time, like later, I would probably make the walls twice as thick, use like 2 paper boards or poster boards, and then make that 1/2 inch, I don't know, recess or whatever you want to call it. But let's go back to this area. So this is a pop-up card that I found at World Market, and they have like a bunch of them. They are so cute, and just little things like that I wanted to put in a dollhouse because this is so cute. And it folds flat. I think you push it in order to get it to be like kind of 3-dimensional, and then it folds flat. So this had to live in her house, her little orchid. This is the table. I put a doily on it. I used a marker to do the edges, and then when I decoupaged this doily on it, the marker kind of bled through. So I have to go back with like some white paint and touch that up. But this is her little table. And again, everything was designed to fold flat so that the whole thing closes. Once upon a time, this was attached to the wall. What I did was I put a strip of magnetic tape there, and then this was again attached to the wall, and then I decided not to keep everything attached just because of how thick everything was getting once I started folding the dollhouse closed. So I decided to just leave that part unattached. The floors are also unattached because the one that I have for the 1/6 scale, the floors are added. They fold into the dollhouse as well. This one I wanted to make a bigger, I wanted a lot bigger floor plan. So I could make joints, but again, this is a experiment to see, how it would be constructed. So for this one, I decided just to keep those parts separate from the dollhouse book that folds. But it's like a big giant scrapbook. See how this folds flat? Again, it was attached to the wall. It would fold down, and then you could just close the dollhouse. I'm gonna clear all of this, but before I fold it, because I'm going to show you how it folds so far, I had to add like these little tabs on the ends of some of the doors, because once I started cutting into them or setting them up and doing stuff to them, they wouldn't stand straight. So this one, I ended up adding a tab like this. I'm probably going to make this like a pillar or something like that. I have to finish the doorway off because I added that in retrospect, because a lot of this is like a working design. After I start on it, I'm like, oh, I changed my mind, and then I add stuff. This again is another tab that keeps this wall straight. It keeps it from falling in this way or that way or curling. So, and again, these pieces fold too. For adhering things together, what I've been doing is, if it has like adhesive already on it, I use that. If that doesn't work, then I use a glue stick. If a glue stick doesn't work, then I use the double-sided tape. If the double-sided tape doesn't work, then I use hot glue. If the hot glue doesn't work, then I use tacky glue. So there's a lot of things that I put in here that some of it sticks, some of it doesn't, so that I go in and try to use a different adhesive until I find something that sticks really well. Now, this is the outside of this book. And this is the outside space. And I've finally decorated it. I put a tree and a fence, all the little birdie stickers, my little butterfly stickers, because I thought they were cute and I wanted to use them. For the leaves, I used the little leaves off of the ivy that I bought. I just pulled the leaves off. I was okay with using this on the outside because it's, you know, that fabricy stuff and it doesn't have to be too thin. Now that I've been constructing it and I decided not to attach the furniture and stuff, I probably can use more things that aren't quite as flat, but initially I was trying to use flat things inside the house, and then I figured anything with texture I could use on the outside of the house. But this is the outside of the book when it folds. Here's that door. This is where I'm going to put the door handle. I have like a little lamp thing that I made out of, I don't know, it's decorative. It's not a real lamp. That's my little topiary with the little flowers on them and birds and little butterflies. This is the grass for it. I couldn't decide exactly what I was going to do with it, but I think I'm going to extend this piece and then have this part of the outside of the wall as well, because once I started folding it out, I had a little bit more space than, you know, I initially did. This is going to be on the inside of the house, and this is on the inside of the house. All these pieces on the side, they fold inside the house. This piece and this piece are the outside of the house. And this is, again, the outside space. I'm going to show you how everything folds up and collapses. So, here, let's see. I think I can start from this side. So some of the floors have like the little tabs where it folds up, and then some spots do not, which is kind of why I decided to just not have the house connected per se. Let's see if I fold it. I think it's easier to fold it from this end. I'm not 100% sure, but this folds in like this. I kind of added some of these pieces retrospectively, but they should fold in too as well. So then that piece folds. This is still connected to my wall, so I make sure that closes. I fold up this piece. Some of these pieces I added afterwards, so technically, in theory, they should fold up nice and into the wall, but I'm not 100% sure, so this is kind of me trying it for the first time for this part, this edge. But it should fold into the dollhouse. Now that little piece might stick out. I'm not 100% sure, but again, and I'm trying to fold this with one hand, so bear with me. Oh, let's see. Will this fold in? I think it does fold in. Yay. Okay. Because I didn't do it. You know, after a while, I don't really measure it. I just kind of follow those little, you know, it had the little ghost line. So I just follow the line cut. And then everything else, I eyeball it until it's like, oh, yeah, it didn't fall. So that's my criteria. If it doesn't fall off the wall or fall, you know, to the side, or it looks relatively straight, I'm happy with it. So, again, bear with me. But right now, I'm folding this. I guess it's like the second or third wall. I'm not sure. Folding that part in. Then here's the bedroom wall. On the others, let's move this floor piece. fold this up. Okay, so I've got that last piece folded. Okay, sorry. There. Now, once I pull this around, and pull this one around, and pull this one around, then this piece should fold in theory. So far, every time I fold it up, it seems to fold okay so far, especially since I unattached the pieces, like the furniture and stuff in there, because that was making it too bulky to kind of close properly without ripping the seams apart. And so that's why I thought maybe I would take it a loose, but that's a lot of work trying to redo it. I could do it at this point, but I'm not that, gung-ho about taking it apart. I've did a lot of work for it, so okay. Got her folded. So this is what it looks like, the front of the book. And I'm not sure what that is, not folding properly in there, because if I use both my hands, I'm sure that I wouldn't be like bending up the pieces in there quite so much, but there. So here's the front of the Dollhouse book, my pop-up Dollhouse book, which is not really pop up that much because, again, I decided not to attach a lot of the furniture to the inside. So the 1/6 scale, I probably will tweak it so I have that little bit of space in between each piece. And what I'm talking about is, this is the wrong end, where the spine of this house is. You see how flat that is and how it's kind of popping apart? That's because the layers are they're getting to be so thick. I didn't think about that when I started designing it. So what I would do is for each piece, I would do the fold, have it come like a fourth, maybe no, like a 1/2 inch, and then go that way, and do that for each page section. So then you would have that 1/2 inch between each piece instead of like a 1/4 inch or a 1/16 inch. I don't even know how much space is in between there, but it does fold flat. And when I fold it out, everything looks, nice and neat still. I may or may not put like some type of thing here to keep the Dollhouse closed. I haven't decided if I wanted a buckle there or just like some ribbon that I tie closed, because I don't want it to like interfere with the design. Once I open it up, I don't want to have like, oh, look at the pretty outside, and then there's like a big old string hanging there or a buckle just kind of randomly sitting there. Although it wouldn't be that bad if I can kind of incorporate it into the design, which is what I might try to do. I haven't decided that yet, but basically that's how that goes. I still have to finish the floor pieces. And again, a lot of this stuff, folds because I used recycled pieces of box and packaging that makes it super, super easy to fold down, because this stuff is created to fold down. When you recycle, you just kind of pull the ends open and just fold it flat. So a lot of this stuff folds flat. And again, had I had that little recess, between each page, I designed it so it would be attached to the wall and it would truly be a pop-up Dollhouse. Or, if you open it, it doesn't really pop up, but you get the gist of it. This I was just using to kind of see what height I want this for my doll. The only thing that so far doesn't pop up is her little chair, which I needed it kind of sturdy so that she doesn't fall off of it. She is a BJD and she's kind of heavy, but this is what I made, and I used a greeting card for it. So I still got to cover, some of the words there. I have like a piece of it that I cut off the corner, so I'm going to use that to go over the words there, but this is how I constructed this. And once I realized the whole thing's not going to fold like I thought it would or intended to, I just decided to make this separately. I can also put like just regular furniture that I make inside this dollhouse too, so not everything has to fold flat. The goal was to make everything fold flat inside the dollhouse. So when I attempt another one, or when I attempt that 1/6 scale, which I have it made, so that's the one I probably would end up having to tweak the way the pages fold, now that I'm thinking about it. But I'm still, in the process of designing it. This is just so much fun. For that sitting area, eating area, it's a dollhouse. I can use whatever I want. So I'm thinking about using this really wild, colorful fabric. I mean, not fabric. It looks like fabric or wallpaper, but it's scrapbook paper. And then using this as the bottom for like the wainscoting that goes around the bottom. I think I'm going to use this in that bedroom too, behind the bed and stuff around the edges. I was going to use, okay, so here's the little thing that I have that's going to simulate the little lamp or doorpost or whatever, lamp post by that front door. Again, trying to keep everything flat because that door area is inside this house. So it can't be too 3D. It folds inside here. Well, it's on the other side, but everything that folds inside the dollhouse has to be fairly flat. So this was what I made, and I just used the little cutouts from the Dollar Tree and just pieced it back together. So they have like these little things. I just kind of cut them up with a X-Acto knife. Use whatever corners and pieces I want, and then re-glue it back together. And I think what I did to kind of glue it back together was I put it on some wax paper or like some parchment paper, and then carefully glued, the little tiny pieces that I cut. I sand them a little bit, the edges, so that they are nice and flat. Anything that's exposed, I kind of use a marker, just kind of disguise where I cut it. And then I use a little tacky glue to glue them together on that parchment paper. And then once everything is dry, then you have like this piece that kind of sticks together. This little top part is attached. This is a different piece. This is one of the letters. I think that's this end right here. Then like some keys and just a lot of little pieces. I just kind of cut whatever corners and stuff that I think I need for that particular design, and then glue it back together. Glue it all together, and then you have that little structure. So this is the little thing that goes outside right next to the door. And I wanted it to kind of look like it's a light, a lamp post or something. Not a lamp post, but a little light, porch light. This is just some little trim. I think I bought this from the Dollar Tree as well. It has like the little faux rhinestones, which is not really rhinestones, like little cups, but I figured that looks like, kind of like little lights or glass or something. So that'll go in there, and I will attach my stickers. I haven't attached any of the stickers yet because I don't know exactly where I want them. I keep changing my mind on stuff, but I have that to finish with decorating. I haven't decided what the floor is going to look like for that dining area / kitchen area. I don't know if I want a full-blown kitchen because some of it I just haven't decided yet. Maybe like a kitchenette or something, but it's not really big enough for a full-blown kitchen per se. Or I don't know if I want that in that space because, again, this doesn't even have a bathroom. It's just like different areas of a house. I just wanted the aesthetic of it because this is like a big giant scrapbook. And if you want like a scrapbook page dedicated to the bathroom, that would be cute. Or you can omit that because I'd rather have the vanity. I'd rather have like a sitting space and like an area where I can put like a tea set or like a lot of plants and a bookshelf, because I still want the bookshelf and I'm kind of running out of places to put that. Or like I want that armoire with the little plates, because I can like make little plates. I can make some. They'll be 2D, but I can make the little decorations and they'll be like circling in, like stick those in like stickers or make them out of contact paper. Actually, some of this stuff might make a cute, I don't know, it's oval though. If I had stuff like this, you can make like a little plate out of it. Or I think there's something else that I have that's kind of circular that you can use. Let's see. Where is it? So I've seen a lot of stuff like this that you can make a plate out of it. And basically what I would do is cut out a piece of paper, like either recycled paper or a piece of scrapbook paper or whatever, and then take this and carefully cut like the center part out, so then you just have that border, and then attach that to it, and that would be the plate with the little design. That would look super cute, and just have that on the wall. So that's kind of one of my plans. And they have like so many of these like little circular ones lately. These are the glittery kind, but they also have like the kind that's just the paper and you can paint those as well. So there's so many ideas. I see that stuff and I'm like, oh, what can I do with that? So that's why I wanted to make the pop-up Dollhouse book like a big giant scrapbook to make into a design into a dollhouse. And the bonus of it is, you know, if I were to make the floor pieces fold, which I might still do, but I'm not really concerned about that. It folds flat. You can have as big of a space as you want, and everything folds fairly flat, so it's easy to store and still have a large space. I've made little shadow boxes before. They are fairly big. I've had little, like a box nook that I designed at one point in time for my 1/3 scale BJD. Again, it's really big though. It's an enclosed area, but it's big. You can put like furniture in it. Again, you can put like regular furniture in and just like decorate the walls and stuff. So I can incorporate that in there as well. But this saves so much space. You can use your 2D things that are super, super cute. And just making this is so much fun. I've thought about this like probably 10, 15 years. I don't know how many years ago that I wanted something that was made like that. And I've seen a little tiny Dollhouse pop-up books that they make, or little cards they make that, you know, like the little looks almost 3D, but it's like 2D things in them. And I've always wanted to have like a Dollhouse made like that, and then to use like the little stickers and stuff. So that was this project. This is what I've got so far. I'm going to keep working on it. It did not get done for May, but I started it. And again, this is so much fun. There's so many things you can use. You can recycle stuff. I'm enjoying recycling all these little pieces of boxes and stuff into like little furniture that folds up. Again, once I get it done, it'll be done. But just this is so much fun. I created, you know, like little hardware just out of little bits and pieces of things. And the thing about it is, you don't have to be that, you know, you don't have to make it from scratch, for one. You find something that looks cute and that'll go in there. You can just be like, oh, let's stick that on there. And voila, you got it. And it's a kind of a fun way to use all those little things that you find. Again, use your recycled things. You can tell this is recycled paper because look at the little cracks right there. And I didn't want to take it apart because, again, recycling the paper is what was important. I don't really care about the aesthetic so much. I have been trying to use things that have a lot of like texture on the paper. It disguises like the little bumps and stuff in the walls or in the paper folds and stuff like that. So if you have like, areas that aren't quite as smooth, if you have a busy pattern, it covers it up nicely. But everything folds flat so far. Everything except for this. But girly girl is loving it. She's loving how her house is coming along. So once I get some more stuff done, I will try to make another video on the progress. And I'm probably going to try to make some more videos on some other stuff too. I have limited time to craft and stuff. So, but this is so much fun. I think that's it for this. But I just wanted to show what I've been working on so far. Again, so much fun. So much fun. Toodles.